What's up guys? In this episode I'm going to show you how to install an electronic ignition from PerTronix in an early 911 that has a point style ignition system. This will completely eliminate the point system. It'll be electronic, reliable, you'll never have to mess with it again. Let's do it. Okay, so before I install this thing, it is pretty disgusting. I'm going to give it a good scrubbing. Alright, that looks a lot better. That's good enough for me. Can always make it look cooler later, but for now, this is fun. So here we have the PerTronix Electronic Ignition. This is going to get rid of the points on this thing. They're just two little contacts that come together and then transmit the spark or the energy up here into the rotor, which goes into the cap, which sends it to the cylinder. This is going to replace those points that clack together mechanically with a little electronic module. I'm no longer going to have issues and have to sand these parts to, you know, get a fresh contact. Should never pretty much have to open up this distributor ever again. So, let's see what we got in here. All right, we got the little igniter module, some sort of bushing, a mounting plate, and 3 pieces of hardware. Alright, so I gotta say these instructions are super generic and not very helpful to this specific car. The other thing I noticed is I just did a little bit of research, and this grommet here, I guess some of these distributors have like a whole section missing here and it's supposed to wedge in there. Mine's different. I think it's still gonna work. I just am not sure how I'm going to make that happen yet. The other thing I discovered was this isn't just a bushing, it actually has some metal embedded in here. Inside there's like a hex shape. That mimics the shaft of the distributor here, and you can see that when this spins, it's causing these points to separate and come back together. So we're going to be replacing this mechanical system with this electronic system, and this bushing is simulating these bumps, and that's what that's shaped like a hex for. It's going to slip right on there. Alright, there's the point system. The coil did attach here, then go inside the distributor here, and then go onto this point system. I'm going to see if I can get this grommet out of here and hopefully see if I can try to figure out a way to make this grommet work with this distributor. What I'm gonna try and do is run both of these wires out here and then see if I can jam this guy through here. It'd be really awesome if that piece of metal wasn't there. This would slide right in. And unfortunately, if I cut this, it's not going to be deep enough. You can see the cross section there won't go down enough. There we go. Looks like this piece gets installed here. See this little circle here? That's going to go in that hole. There we go. Okay, I can't reuse the same fastener. That's why they included this one. Alright, we're just going to spin these little nuts on here. Should be pretty much good to go after this. We're going to take our igniter ring that again has some magnets inside of it, so it's sticking to my nuts. Really don't want them to be touching this because this is going to be spinning. It looks like it's pretty good. Now we're going to use this clear plastic piece that came in here. This is just a feeler gauge, so to speak. You want to put it in here, and then we're going to tighten these two nuts to set the clearance. All right, and I think if you put enough wire in here that this will just sort of stay away from that, hopefully. So that's it. That's all there is to it. One other thing, I forgot to install this plate here. This plate is kind of a retention plate for this grommet. I don't think that grommet's gonna move, and this plate doesn't really match this piece anymore, so I think this is stage 1 weight reduction right here. I'm just gonna plug it. Yeah, this is now an electronic distributor. Cool. Let's go put it in. Oh, and I think we're gonna change this O-ring here too. We'll put a little dab of assembly lube on there. And then for now, we're just gonna throw the rotor back on here. I do have a new one, but just to set the valves, we're gonna have this in here. What we wanna do is put it into the block so that this rotor lines up with this notch right here when the piston on the number 1 cylinder is at top dead center. So I'm gonna do that next. All right, now we're gonna wanna slide this distributor in there nice and slow. You don't wanna just jam it in there. You actually wanna take your time putting it in. It's a lot better for everybody. So what we wanna do is, again, line this up with this little notch. And we're gonna try to line this up so that it stays. It's not going in. All right, I think we're gonna lube everything. This is what I was talking about. You can't just jam things in here. We're gonna wanna put some lube on the shaft to help this slide into here. All right, getting frustrated, so I'm gonna use brute force here. I tried to talk her into it, but she just wasn't having it. This is not politically correct at all, so I'm gonna stop talking. All right, as you can see, the rotor is still pointed at the little notch here. And the crank is still lined up with a Z1 mark, so that should be good to go.